Even days after his death, Sughra Bibi gently rocks the cradle as if her 1-month-old grandson Hussain Ali was lying there. The baby and his 21-year-old mother Aimen were brutally murdered on February 9th by his own maternal uncles before being buried in the open field. While Hussain was bashed against the ground by his uncles, his mother was shot in the face and the belly. Even then, Sughra Bibi believes that both mother and child were alive when they were buried because when their bodies were unearthed, Aimen lay holding her 1-month-old baby close to her chest.
They
have uprooted our lives. They destroyed our peace. My daughter-in-law and grandson were likely alive when they buried them because when my son retrieved their corpses, my daughter-in-law was clutching her baby against her bosom. The dead cannot do such a thing. They stay the same where they lie. My son retrieved the bodies that lay under the earth for 18 whole days. God knows what suffering they had to bear. My son brought his innocent child in pieces in a box. I want justice and nothing else.
The incident took place in Kot Addu, a subdivision of Muzaffargarh, where Aimen was staying at her in-laws after the birth of her first son. Aimen's brother-in-law Tariq says that after they abducted her, Aimen's brothers took her to their farmlands in Alipur, killing them that very night. Mercilessly, they were thrown inside a ditch, first the mother, then her child.
They shot her twice, in her eye and stomach. They first swung the baby and whacked him on the ground, then they strangled him. They say that they couldn't tell if the child was still alive by then. They dug a pit and they said the mother was still breathing, so they quickly tossed her into the ditch and buried her.
The police say that Aimen's brothers Awais and Farooq are both known criminals. They have been charged for grave offences in nearly 10 separate cases. Even though the FIR against the brothers was lodged for Aimen and Hussein's abduction, the police is now adding honor-killing charges to it.
This is an honor killing. The girl was killed in the name of honor. Section 311 of the Pakistan Penal Code, which penalizes crimes committed in the name of honor, has been charged against the accused in this case. We are doing everything in our power to ensure that investigation and all proceedings are carried out in full. I am personally supervising the investigation. Considering the injustice done to Mukhtar and the way his wife and child were butchered, a settlement cannot and should not be arranged.
VoicePK.net spoke to the culprits who are currently in physical remand. They unashamedly admitted murdering Aimen and even Hussain Ali for honor.
We killed her for honor. There was no other reason. She had a love marriage and then left. That's why we killed her.
But when Aimen bore a baby boy, she saw a ray of hope. Maybe upon seeing their nephew, her brothers' hearts would melt. She cherished dreams of mending their relationship and being accepted by them after she ran away and married Mukhtar Hussain of her own choice.
Those two grabbed my daughter-in-law. I ran into the room where the child lay sleeping under a blanket. I had hoped they would at least leave the baby alone. But they snatched my grandson right out from the blanket and dangled him from their hands. He was not wearing anything warm. I desperately called after them. I demanded to know what they were going to do to him. They said they were taking him with them. My precious grandson was a month and 6 days old. My daughter-in-law tried to give the child milk, but they knocked the bottle out of her hand.
Aimen had been fearful for her life ever since she had eloped with Mukhtar Hussain a year ago, offending her two brothers Awais and Farooq. The two felt that their honor had been defiled and had been promising revenge.
This is not honor. Honor would have been if they took their sister with them and talked it out with her, told her that she had made a mistake and then forgave her. Have they not made any mistakes themselves? They have 20 or so criminal charges against them. When they were out looting and burgling, what about their honor then? Why did they demand honor when it concerned my daughter-in-law? They have destroyed my peace and ruined their lives as well. They will not be saved. My grandson's curses be upon them.
Now plagued with misery, Mukhtiar Hussain has resolved to go to any extent to ensure that his wife's brothers are punished.
I dug out my wife and child's bodies myself, so I could burn in my memory what they had done to them. Only I know in what circumstances I recovered them. When I took my son's hand, it came out right in my palm.
In 2016, Pakistan passed a law that made honor killing non-compoundable offence. However, since 2017, there have been a reported 1,000 incidents of honor killings in the country. With Ahmed Saeed in court, Addu, Muzaffargarh, Munize Jahangir for voicepk.net.